Hey everyone, this is your girl Erica Wigley, coach and meditation instructor. Today we will talk about rock steady. How do you remain rock steady in the midst of trials and tribulations? Rock steady is really about being unmoved and unshaken. So here we are. I'm so excited to spend each Saturday with you because this is a space in which you get to reset, recenter, and return to the present moment. Return to truly living life with joy, with happiness, with peace, and with power. My hope is to make each session simple, easy, and effortless. Remember the acronym C, simple, easy, and effortless. Because when you approach these mindful sessions as being simple, easy, and effortless, you'll engage more in the practice of meditation, and you'll be able to apply these mindful tips into your life without trying to force anything, but instead being in flow with everything. Each week I focus on 3 keys. Today's 3 keys for rock steady is number 1, know yourself. Number 2, know your limitations. And number 3, know your way out. You need to know your way out, but we'll get into that later. Number 1 is to know yourself. When I talk about knowing yourself, it has nothing to do with what we often think about that question. Who am I? Most people would answer, well, either they'll mention their job, they'll mention that they're a parent, they'll mention all of the labels that society places on them. And I also used to do that too. But when I say to know yourself, I'm asking you to remove your gender. Remove the label of your race. Remove the label of your religion. Remove your culture. Remove even your finances and what you do for a living. I'm asking you to get to the core of who you really are. The essence of who you are. Your being. That being that cannot be taken from you. That being that cannot be bought or sold. The being that you came into this world with and will leave with. That being. To know who you are is to know that you are grounded in the truth of your being. And in being in that way, you will always rock steady in the midst of any situation, being unmoved and unshaken, being able to know what you stand for, and be clear about your convictions. That rock steady. That is who you are. That is the core of your being. Remember that. Which leads me to key number 2. Know your limitations. To know your limitations means to know what it is that you want. And more importantly, to know what you don't. In having that level of certainty, you'll be able to make decisions that are grounded in the truth of your being, in which you are, again, unmoved by conditions because you know what you stand for. You know what your limitations are. And when the line is drawn in the sand, honey, you have no desire to cross it. And you have no desire to allow others to enter into your space. Being able to know your limitations also means respecting your space, respecting what's important, having a level of responsibility when you wake up in the morning, knowing that this day has not been given to everyone, yet it has been given to each one of us. Each one of us. And when you approach life with that kind of honor, that kind of respect, you begin to treat your own life with that level of honor and that level of respect. Not allowing foolishness into your space, and also not allowing yourself to participate in foolishness. You ain't about that life. This moment essentially is all we have. All we have. In fact, the moment in which you and I just joined this live on Instagram, that time has already passed. The key is to keep ourselves aligned with the present moment, each nanosecond, honoring it, being grateful for it, and not allowing nonsense to enter in. I remember a time when I chose a career that was not best suited for who I was and what I knew myself to be. I wasn't using my gifts and talents. I wasn't using the things within me that made me come alive. I felt like a robot. I felt like I was living someone else's life, fulfilling someone else's dream, and not being true to who I was and my contribution to the world. Sometimes we make decisions that are not best suited for us. Sometimes we enter a path that we may not necessarily know how to get off of. But it's in that rumbling in our stomach. It's in that uncertainty in our being. It's in that uncomfortable feeling that allows us to know, hey, something is off track. And when we honor and listen and feel into it, we begin to make choices that are wiser, that are more aligned, that are more pleasant to the life that we want our future self to be. In essence, our future self is relying on what we do right now, in this moment, which is all we have. So in all your being, in all your feeling, and in all your knowing, I ask that you listen to the call within you. Honor it. Because it will always knock at your door to say, hey, remember me? I need you to get in line. I need you to be in alignment with who you really are and show up fully and authentically as yourself in everything that you do. Everything that you do, which means that every thought that you have, every word that comes out of your mouth, every action that you take is in full alignment with your power position. And that power position is knowing who you are. And when you know who you are and you know like you know, oh, it's then you can rock steady. And in that rock steady, even with the waves of life, you will be unmoved. You will be unshaken. You will be unable to remove yourself from the throne of who you are. You may feel those feelings of sadness. You may feel those feelings of pain. You may feel everything that would ordinarily take your old self off track, with the popping of your head and the rolling of your tongue. You know that self. Now, that doesn't move you anymore. You feel it. You allow yourself to experience it, but you're no longer in it. It doesn't have a shackle over you anymore. You've now broken the shackle. Now you're standing on it, not in it. Hey, heart me up if you feel this. If you've been there, if you know, like you know, that this used to be you, or perhaps this is you now. Wherever you are, just know that you're in good company. In good company. Which leads me to key number 3. Know your way out. Every successful business has an exit strategy. Numbers don't lie. Business deals don't lie. The results don't lie. Every good company, every successful business has an exit strategy. Yet, why do we in our personal life not do the same? We'll stay in relationships that are abusive, whether it be verbally, emotionally, or physically. We'll stay in a career that drains us emotionally and physically, and even mentally. We'll continue to do things time and time again, place ourselves in situations time and time again without having a true exit strategy until we are down on the ground. Why do we make decisions consistently that are not best suited for who we are? And it leads me back to point number 1 when I mentioned know who you are. Honey, when I tell you that right there allows you to stay on your throne, you will no longer be attracted to relationships that are not good for you, marriages that are not healthy for you, friendships that mean you no good, a career that doesn't blossom your gifts, allow you to blossom in your gifts and talents. You will no longer participate in anything that is not in alignment with who you are. Knowing your exit strategy allows you to not waste your time. Because time, once is wasted, you can't get that time back. You just can't. One day we wake up, we have wrinkles, we have gray hair, we have lines in our face, and we wonder, what have we really done with our time? Let's not waste it. Know your exit strategy. Get the hell out of situations that are not good for you in every way, whether that be overspending, beyond your means, whether that be, again, being in relationships that are not in alignment with who you know yourself to be. Whatever that is, find your way out. Figure out your exit strategy and then go. And that's why I truly am grateful for the space that you and I have to connect. Because this is where we build our own tribe and community. This is where we get to learn mindful tips and then apply those mindful tips into our life. Because it ain't doing no good if we're just listening and not applying. The key is to be in action. Always be in action. That's one of the things that my coach that trained me, Coach Casey, mentioned to me. That at the end of each session, ask your client, what are you in action on? That's the key. if we truly want to give our future life a chance, it depends on everything that we do right now, every nanosecond, every thought that we have, every decision that we make, every relationship that we choose to be in, every career decision we choose to make, everything. Be in action. If we ain't about it, then what really are we doing? My intention is to make these mindful sessions on Saturdays simple, easy, and effortless. Remember the acronym C. I mention it almost every week because I want to impress upon your mind that it ain't hard to do this. That at the core of your being, you already know this. I'm just here to remind you. That's all. I'm just here to remind you. I'm here to remind you to remove the falsities that you've placed, that we as a society, as a world, have placed upon ourselves. These labels of who we think we are. The imposter. So that our real self, once we remove that, can show up and run the show. Because it really at the core of your being, that's the only way you're going to be truly happy. That's where your joy is. That's where your peace is. That's where your happiness is. That's where everything that you want in your life is. When you authentically show up as who you are. Know yourself. Know yourself. Because if you do, you will create a life with much more meaning, much more purpose, much more grace, and much more ease. Let's get ready to breathe in and lock in today's mindful topic before leading into our meditation. Please adjust yourself in your seat. If you're feeling any pain in your hip or your back or your shoulder, wherever that is, I ask that you reposition yourself in your seat to ease the tension off of that part of your body. If having a cushion in your seat is helpful, then I suggest that you do that too. Please prepare the space by closing the door. You can keep the light on or turn it off. You can light a candle. Whatever puts you in that zone and mood of being here and being now. Good. Also put your phone on vibrate or in silent mode. Now let's get ready to breathe. This is the gift of life. Let's seal this practice in, breathe it in, lock it in, and then be it. Please take a deep breath through your nose, filling up your diaphragm, and then exhaling through your mouth. We'll do it together, inhaling through your nose, filling up your diaphragm, locking in today's session, and hold your breath right there at the apex of your breath. On 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, letting it all go through your mouth. Listening to yourself on the exhale. Again, breathing in through your nose all the way in, filling up your diaphragm. And hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Breathing in again through your nose, sealing in today's practice. And hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your mouth. Letting it all go. I invite you to close your eyes right now and just mindfully check in with yourself, scanning your body from head to toe, just noticing any subtle changes that are happening and welcoming whatever is happening right now. Being in a complete state of gratitude. Please bring all of your attention to the middle of your chest, which is your heart center. And as you breathe in, you will envision the air entering your heart center and exiting your heart center. Let's breathe in through our nose, inhaling, filling up the cavity of our heart center. And breathe out through our mouth. Breathing in again through our nose, filling up our heart center. And breathe out. Ensuring that you can hear yourself on the exhale. Let's breathe in again through our nose. Breathe out through our mouth. Releasing anything that ought not be. Again, breathing in through our nose. And breathing out through our mouth. Letting it all go. One more time, breathing in through our nose. And breathing out through our mouth. Listening to ourselves breathe on the exhale. There's a reason behind asking you to do that. On hearing yourself on the exhale, the sound is soothing to the spirit, soothing to the soul, and automatically invites you into relaxation, into peace, which is what the purpose of this breathing practice is. An invitation to be free. We'll now go deeper into our meditation. I'll ask the 4 soul questions designed to help clarify who you are, what you want, what your purpose is, and what you're grateful for. The first soul question is, who am I? Who am I? Allow yourself to ease into whatever response comes to you. Allowing yourself to be open without forcing the answer or controlling the answer. Just being completely open to receive the answer that comes. Who am I? The second soul question is, what do I want? What do I really want? Allow the answers to come to you, whether it be in the form of a sensation, an image, a feeling, or a thought. However it comes, remain open. What do I want? The third soul question is, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? Allow whatever responses to come to you, whether it be in the form of an image, a thought, a feeling, or a sensation. Remain open to receive whatever comes. What is my purpose? The final soul question is, what am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Allow whatever responses to come to you. What am I grateful for? Please remove all of the questions and answers and return to your breathing, the natural inflow and outflow of your breath. We'll now go deeper into the meditation. I'll introduce today's Sanskrit mantra, which is Yam, Yam, Yam. Please continue repeating the mantra so you can hear it. Now I invite you to repeat the Sanskrit mantra softly, a faint whisper, Now I ask that you repeat it silently. Repeating yum on the inhalation, yum on the exhalation, silently, without moving your lips. Repeating the mantra effortlessly. Yum as you breathe in. Yum as you breathe out. If you notice that your attention has drifted to thoughts in your mind, sounds in the environment, or sensations in the body, I ask that you bring all of your attention back to this moment. Again, repeating your mantra, yum as you breathe in, yum as you breathe out. Try not to look for any profound experience to happen, because in doing so, it takes you out of your meditation into the activity of thought. Kindly bring all of your attention and awareness back to repeating today's mantra. Yum on the inhalation, yum on the exhalation. Continue repeating it silently. Please keep your eyes closed. Release the mantra and return to the natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. Resting in existence. Resting in awareness. Resting in being. Existence, awareness, being. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Just rest. I'll now introduce today's intention. As I repeat the intention, allow it to flow through your entire body. Today's intention is loving, compassionate heart. Loving, compassionate heart. With eyes remaining closed, allow yourself to stretch out of today's meditation, feeling into the stretch. Stretching your neck by tilting your head from side to side. And when you're ready, place the palms of your hands together at your heart center, bowing in gratitude to your soul for today's practice. And then slowly opening your eyes, tilting your head upwards, and extending the blessing, Namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. I'm so grateful to share this moment with you. I hope that today's mindful topic and meditation was soothing to your soul, as it was for mine. To sum up today's mindful session, there were 3 keys that I mentioned on rocking steady, remaining unmoved and unshaken by life's conditions around you. The 3 powerful keys to do that are, number 1, to know yourself. Number 2 is to know your limitation. And number 3 is to know your way out. In essence, know your exit strategy. Please type in the chat if there's something that you've learned or something that you've appreciated by today's session. It's helpful for me to know that I am resonating with you in terms of what you need to live a life with much more meaning, much more power, much more grace. As you do so, here's what you can expect from me in 2 weeks. I will not be here for next week's session, but in 2 weeks, our topic will be peace of mind. Peace of mind. I'll really get into that one, so you don't want to miss it. Remember, you can find me here each Saturday, well, most Saturdays, around 8 to 8:15 on Instagram Live. Please tell a friend about the Inn on Saturday and these mindful sessions that they can apply in their life, or tell a coworker, a neighbor, anyone that you know that can benefit from these weekly sessions. Thank you again for coming. I am so grateful to share this space with you. And remember, these mindful topics, this mindful way of living, in addition to practicing meditation on a daily basis, is simple, easy, and effortless. Remember the acronym C. As usual, I'm your girl, Erica, coach and meditation instructor, and your purposeful journey begins here. I'll see you next week.